I'm Josh, and you're watching This Old Bow. We're gonna make a short video, just kind of the basics of a compound bow. We're gonna go through a few questions. I'm gonna give some answers. I hope you enjoy it.
I'm gonna give him a few questions he is not prepared at all for, because I literally don't know anything about bows. So this is gonna be for beginners. Josh shoots bows all the time. I shoot guns and rimfires and air guns and stuff. So this is going to be just basic stuff. Okay. I guess the first question would be, what are the parts called on here?
The individual parts
Yes.
of a bow.
Okay.
It's pretty much the same whether you're shooting a compound bow or a recurve bow. You have this is your sight. Most of them have a row of pins. Some of them have a single pin and are adjustable here for different yardages with a single pin. Most of them that have multiple pins, you use one pin for a different yardage. So you'll have a 20-yard pin, a 30-yard pin, 40-yard pin, and so on.
What is the actual frame called of the bow?
The actual frame of the bow is called the riser.
Okay.
It's called a riser, and you have the different parts of the riser. You have a limb pocket, top and bottom, which is where the limbs anchor to the riser. And then you have what's called a burger hole, which is actually old terminology, but they still call it a burger hole, which is the hole that you mount your rest with.
Okay. What's the arms called?
The arms are called limbs.
That's close.
They're called limbs.
I was close. And those are the cams.
These are cams. Now, some bows are dual cam, and actually some manufacturers still make some single cam stuff where you only have one cam and then you have an idler wheel. It's usually on the top.
Okay.
And then you'll have a single cam on the bottom.
And that's just a stabilizer, the rod that goes through there, but
this is just a stabilizer. Now they make stabilizers of all different sizes, all different shapes, different weights on the end to get them to balance the way you like. This one in particular has a small hole down here where you can mount a bracket to it like this, and you can put what you call a sidebar on it. Now for hunting, usually that's, in my opinion, kind of impractical for hunting, unless you're having some balance issues, that you have a really top heavy bow and you're trying to get it to balance out right. You want a little bit of weight in the back so it doesn't just tip forward in your hand. And this is more of a target style stabilizer. So it's 33 inches long, I do believe, something like that. You run a lot longer stabilizer. This part here is called the arrow rest. They make all kinds of different variations. This one has a limb driven rest on it, which is this string here is actually tied to the limb. And as you draw the bow and the limbs relax, this finger right now it's down. It would actually relieve the tension on this string. The rest stands up, and when you fire,
it drops down.
And the limbs go back to where they were, this string pulls that rest down. And they make all kinds of variations of that. This is an old quad rest that is plumb wore out. It's not supposed to do that. It's not supposed to have like 3 clicks. It's supposed to have 1. It's meant for hunting. You can stand this rest up, it cocks. Your arrow's in it. This string here attaches to a cable, stands it up a little bit more, put some tension on it when you draw the bow, and then whenever you shoot the bow, it fires. It lays down, gets out of the way of the arrow. This is a whisker biscuit. It's pretty simple. These are fantastic hunting rests. You put your arrow through that notch, it falls in the hole of the whisker biscuit. And these are actually like plastic, just plastic bristles, and your fletching passes through there. Really great hunting rest. Your arrow doesn't go anywhere.
So you can leave it in there and walk around.
You can leave it in there and walk around. You don't have to worry about losing your arrow. And this is more of a, you actually still see this on a lot of tournament style. They're a little bit more sophisticated than this one. More tournament style recurves. Like I said, they're way more sophisticated than this. It's just a finger. This is an older springy rest. The arrow actually sits on it. Let me get one more. Sits on it like that. Okay, and when you fire the arrow, what it does is this thing actually, the fletching actually pushes it flat and out of the way.
So it's just like a lightweight spring.
Yeah, it's an old design. This is some old stuff, and like I said, you still see it on traditional style bows and some of the like Olympic setups. They have something similar to this, but it's a lot more sophisticated. And this is, a lot of people refer to them as a lizard tongue rest or a blade rest, something like that. It's more of a target style rest. It has this very thin blade that the arrow actually sits on like this. And these blades, they come in different thicknesses, so it changes the actual spring rate of them. They're pretty much strictly a target style rest. That's pretty much it. I mean, they make a bunch of variations of rests. All right, guys, so just to go over it one more time, the main part of the bow is called the riser. The riser has limb pockets, a burger hole where your rest mounts to, obviously the handle. This is the part that sticks out the front, or in some instances, you'll see them coming out the rear, or stabilizers. The part that the arrow actually rests on is called an arrow rest. And you have your sight bar there. And on the end of the limbs are your cams or wheels. So, and one more part. The part you actually attach the arrow to and shoot is called the string. The other two you see commonly on compound bows are called the cables. That's pretty much it. Thanks for watching.